Alright, so welcome back to another clan generator video. Today we're going to be doing the Sisters Challenge, which means we're only going to have female cats in our clan. So first off, we need to go through our general settings, which includes this on, this on. This is optional, but I think it'd be more fun to have it off just for, the challenges we're going to face with having only female cats. This is on, and these are both off. This is optional, but we're going to keep it on because it's interesting. This one is also optional. This one is off, on, and this one is on. So we already had that all done. So as we make our new clan, I'm going to be going through the rules. So we're going to be playing expanded mode, which makes the rules a little bit harder, but I think that makes it more fun. So let's see. All clan-born and adopted toms are to be exiled immediately upon arrival, no matter if they're healthy or not. All healthy clan-born toms must be exiled as soon as they reach 6 moons. If a tom is injured or sick whenever he reaches 6 moons, he is allowed to stay until healed. No matter if a tom ends up getting hurt in some way or injured permanently, they must still be exiled. So when it comes to trans cats, female to male cats must be exiled because they count as toms. However, male to female cats are allowed to stay. We're going to be playing hard mode, so that means non-binary cats are also going to be exiled. If we wanted to play an easier mode, then we'd be able to keep non-binary cats. If our starter clan guide isn't female when we begin, we must make them female. We need to do patrols every month. So our clan name is suggested to be something that's related to femininity in some way. So I'm going to be calling this the Dame clan. A dame is typically defined as a title given to a woman equivalent to the rank of a knight, or an elderly or mature woman. And I feel like given what we've got here, we have a lot of, women in power here, and I feel like that really fits with what we're going for. I think I'm going to make Posey our leader, Misty our deputy. I'll make Dash our medicine cat, and then we add the rest of the females, like so. Dude, is Bitterkit missing a leg? Or is that just their pattern? Ronpaw's really pretty, I like them. Okay, let's make sure we didn't miss any. Alright. Let's just go with this one, I like this one. So our goal here is to just try and get as many cats as we can, while only allowing female cats in our clan. Are you kidding me? Misty! Alright, we just started and we already have to exile someone. Swear to God. Alright, everybody else is still female at least. You're male, there you go. You're not allowed to be male. Sorry to tell you. As the Medicine Cats patrol leads out to Dame Clan territory, Paul tells Dash Slick about the dream they had last night and what the Star Clan vision could mean for Dame Clan. Ooh, hopefully this is good things for our clan. Hopefully Dash Silk is seeing great fortune for all the women of this clan and seeing a lot of expansion coming our way. Dash Silk can't make sense of the vision. I'm sure that's what Paul saw, though. Something good for our clan. Or bad. Who knows? I'm sure Star Clan is looking at us like, huh, a woman-only clan. Hopefully this goes well. Patrol comes across a squirrel. We probably need to get that, because I don't think we have any prey right now. Good job, Dust Strike. We struck it down, and, we now have some prey on our plate. Paw barely seems to be taking attention focused on a fluttering leaf. Posy Star has to repeat their names a few times before they finally pay attention long enough to give their vow. Sighing, the leader names them Frondback after their tenacity. So Frondback. Very pretty. Frondback, who are you getting along with? Seems like you like everybody pretty well. I don't see any dislikes on you, at least. I think the person you like the most right now is Misty. But that's kind of upsetting, because we had to exile him. So Frondback's probably a little depressed that their best friend had to get exiled for something like that. I'm sure Frondback, is kind of like, this is ridiculous. They helped find the clan. It shouldn't matter if they're male or not. So Frondback's probably having a hard time right now in the clan. Mumblepaw has reached the age of 6 moons and has become a maiden apprentice with Duststripe as their mentor. Here's Mumblepaw. See what your relationships are so far. Geez, you also really like Misty Dawn. Everybody just seems to really like Misty Dawn. I think Mumblepaw is kind of in the same boat. Kind of like, wow, we really exiled somebody who helped us find our clan just because they were male. But Mumblepaw is a little bit less, I guess, like, angry about that. They're definitely very upset about it, but not enough to kind of argue with the clan like I feel like Frondpaw would. Posy Star chooses Duststripe to take over as deputy. They hope that Misty Dawn would approve. Yeah, Posy Star definitely misses Misty Dawn, but knows that they had to do that for the clan. Maybe there's been, like, a StarClan prophecy about how, like, a female cat will save something. Maybe it'd be something along the lines of, like, sea cats will save the forest or something. And so, instead of just being like, oh, that means a woman will save the forest, this clan took it to being a clan entirely made of females has to save the forest. Oh gosh, Posy really liked Misty Dawn too, so it hurt them to have to exile them. Posy Star did not want to exile Misty Dawn, but was very, very confident that this is what StarClan wanted. Also have a strong liking towards Duststripe, which makes sense since they're the new deputy. And also really likes Dash Silk. To Dash Silk's concern, their warrior escort is unusually quiet. When prompted on their troubles, Frondback comments that they could not help but think of what legacy they'd leave behind if StarClan called upon them. Aw. So it sounds like Frondback's like, what would I even leave behind if I died right now? Dashsilk and Frondback spend their time on the patrol discussing how, to StarClan, the end of their life did not mean it was the true end. Even in StarClan, cats had their role to play. Frondback's legacy would shine brighter than any star. Comforted by these words, Frondback thanks Dash Silk and helps them bring back herbs. I think Dash Silk definitely has a skill in kind of calming people's nerves. I wonder if Dash Silk, understands what StarClan is wanting from them right now. It sounds like they're having some issues talking to StarClan. Maybe StarClan doesn't want to talk to us, and maybe that's what it is. Like, you misunderstood my prophecy, and I don't want to talk to you now. Troll catches us to know a fox. We will not proceed, because we know better. I definitely think Posy Star was like, guys, I smell fox. We're turning around right now. Not doing that today. Posy Star gathers the clan for a meeting. They have spent many moons training Songpaw, and it's time for them to be granted their warrior name. Posy Star gives them the name Songsun, and honors their exemplar. Bitterpaw has reached the age of 6 moons and has become an apprentice, with Songsun as their mentor. Dang! Songsun was, promoted to a warrior, and then immediately given an apprentice. Good day for Songsun. Posy Star thinks Frondback is very helpful. I feel like Frondback has, main character energy right now. I don't know if that's just me, but they're, always talking about StarClan, all this other junk. So Song-sun, let's look at your relationships. I'm curious. You kinda like Fronback and Dash Silk, but other than that, you don't have much towards a lot of people. You find Duststrip very comforting, though. Oh, you you don't like Misty Dawn, and you don't like Mumblepaw. I feel like since you were so young, whenever Misty Dawn was kind of, like, exiled and stuff, I think that Song-sun probably was like, oh, if they were exiled, they must be bad news, and didn't really, like, get the full scope as to why they were exiled. Just kind of thinks, oh, you're gone, that must mean you're bad. Do you have a spot there? Or do you have a broken leg? Because it looks bad. I think it's just a spot, but I can't find anything that says otherwise. So let's see your relationships. You respect Misty Dawn, but you don't really care for them other than that. You dislike the leader, though. Oop. Oh, you really platonically like Duststrite. You probably are really happy that they're the deputy right now, then. Probably hoping that one day they'll be more than just deputy. Seems like you also really like Mumblepaw, which is good because that's your fellow apprentice. On the way to mark the far corners of the plains, Song-sun starts telling a story of their ancestors to keep every cat entertained. That's cute. I wonder what kind of stories that Song-sun is telling. Their clanmates seem unenthused, so Song-sun stops. Aww. I'm sure your stories were great, Song-sun. I think Posy Star has just heard things about their ancestors so many times now that it's kind of just like, yeah, I've heard this story before a billion times. Thank you, though. As New Leaf brings green back to the world, Dash Silk has been eagerly anticipating the unfurling of the new leaf buds on the elder trees. There's a particular tree in a sheltered dip along the stream that they want to check on today, bringing a group of their clanmates with them. Elder leaves being used to soothe sprains, and elder leaves being having to be gathered on a way that risks sprains is truly one of StarClan's little ironies. I imagine Dash Silk is very like, alright everybody, we need to be careful, so make sure not to get any sprains. They share the little joke with the patrol, and the cats smirk with amusement, but also does remind everybody to be careful as they strip leaves from the tree. So let's see, let's time skip, and nothing interesting happens. Alright. The patrol hears a cat begging for their housefolk to come back, just barely legible over the sounds of a monster speeding away. Oh no! They discover the cooling body of a kitty pet. It seems they attempted to run after their two legs, but was run over by another monster. Oh. I was hoping we could get another clan member. Duststripe silently sends a prayer for the kitty pet, and can't help but curse the two legs who abandoned such a little cat. That's so sad. I hate that somebody would just abandon their cat like that. Duststripe is definitely, like, very disapproving of people who do that, I feel. Or two legs who do that, sorry. This is just one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, Bitterpaw comments to Song-sun, as the patrol stares at Dame Clan's uninvited guest to their hunting grounds. Are they gonna do anything about that thing? What are they looking at? After a good long session of confusion, the patrol manages to work out that the towering creature they're tracking is almost certainly a maned wolf, a nearly mythical creature. They're a little uncomfortable watching the upsized red fox with the legs of a deer amble around their territory, but it's also a little thrilling to follow such an unusually and rarely seen creature. Oh wow, that's really interesting. I didn't know maned wolves existed in this game. I absolutely love the description of an upsized red fox with the legs of a deer. As Dash Silk pads through Dame Clan territory with their entourage, they feel a presence join them. As Dash Silk softly alerts the rest of the patrol with their visitor, with respectful nods, the patrol pauses, tucks their paws together neatly, and sits to converse with the StarClan cat. So I feel like they're definitely trying to earn favor with StarClan again, because they're like, man, StarClan's been so weirdly distant from us. And whenever they do come, it just doesn't make any sense. I kind of love that our Star Clan cat looks like they have beard in the name, and looks like they're called Beard Apple, because I'm like 90% sure it's Bear Dapple. Yep, Bear Dapple. But it looks like Beard Apple. Which I think is really funny, considering that I had to trans their gender. Mumblepaw fell into a river and inhaled a lot of water before managing to get out. They've been hacking and sputtering ever since. What on earth? Why would you fall into a river like that? Don't do that. The Mumblepaw is not doing good. Water in your lungs. I really hope the medicine cat can help you out. I'm worried. Yeah, at least Mumblepaw is in the medicine cat den right now and is getting healed over here. The patrol glimpses the shadow of a fish as they pad past a stream. Grab that fish and hope nobody drowns. Bitterpaw very carefully walks to the water's edge and waits for their chance. When the fish is near, they hook it out of the water with their claws. More fresh kill. Trailing behind Posy Star, the ground trembles beneath Fronpak's paws. They look around wildly for safe footing, just as the earth caves beneath them and the world goes dark. Oh no. Posy Star, you better freaking save Fronpak. Posy Star comes running at their yells, and Fronpak is soon freed, shaken but unharmed. The cats settle down as they comfort each other. Okay, I'm glad our leader is so good at saving people. Dashstoke is on a mission to find Lungwort now that Greenleaf is here. The only reliable cure for yellow cough. They're determined that Dame Clan won't run out of it. They take along a warrior escort to help. The cats search and search until their paw pads are sore and their muscles exhausted, but they can't find Lungwort anywhere. Dashstoke returns to camp disappointed, but determined to try again. It is simply too important to not keep a good supply of. Duststripe got sore, and Dashstoke also got sore. Dang. That's never good. Bitterpaw accidentally trespasses into Bramble Clan's territory. Bitterpaw, you really need to be more careful. I'm worried about you. Duststripe's soreness has abated. Duststripe has gotten heat exhaustion. Duststripe is working themselves to the bone. I'm scared she's gonna, hurt herself. I mean, she is hurting herself, but, I don't want her to, lose... I don't want her to, join StarClan anytime soon. Dashstoke feels much better, their soreness is gone. So Songsun and Bitterpaw are gonna go out together. Trailing behind Songsun, the ground trembles beneath Bitterpaw's paws. They look around wildly for safe footing. Please. Songsun works all day to free Bitterpaw and gets nothing else done. At least you saved Bitterpaw, that's more important than getting anything else done. I'm really glad that Songsun was able to help them. And we'll send the last three out together. Dashstoke needs to gather some burdock root. They take around what warriors they can find around camp to help gather and carry the roots back. The burdock plants are plentiful in the area that Dashstoke chose. They'll have a good supply to last a while. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Duststripe has recovered from the heat exhaustion, and Fronpak has gotten a stomach ache. Oh no. Fronpak. You must have eaten something bad, didn't ya? Songsun and Bitterpaw sit in the plains near a network of ground squirrel burrows. This is one of few such networks, routed along by their mentors to teach apprentices their hunting skills. Bitterpaw scents the air as instructed and points out a burrow. Sure enough, there's a squirrel head poking out of the entrance, blinking in the leaf-fall sun. Alright, Bitterpaw, it's your turn to prove yourself. Prove that you can be a great squirrel catcher. Songsun praises them and smiles, and Bitterpaw drops to a hunting crouch as the squirrel crawls out of the burrow. Unfortunately, in their excitement, Bitterpaw rustles the grass a little too hard, and the squirrel shrieks at them and vanishes back into the burrow. Aw. Well, it seems like Songsun is still very supportive of them, and I hope that Bitterpaw didn't take it too bad that they missed. To Dashstoke's concern, the warrior escort is unusually quiet. When prompted on their troubles, Duststripe comments that they could not think about what legacy they'd leave behind. Let's see if Dashstoke will comfort them in the same way they comforted the last. Dashstoke attempts to soothe Duststripe's worries, but nothing seems to stick. Duststripe turns back towards the camp, leaving Dashstoke alone to fruitlessly hunt for herbs. Duststripe. listen, I understand Dust Stripe's kind of going through something, but, you know, being the deputy and all, you can't just leave the medicine cat out like that, just willy-nilly. You can't leave anybody like that. You need to be a little bit more responsible. Aw, Dust Stripe platonically loves Mumblepaw. That's adorable. Honestly, I wonder if Dust Stripe would, like, adopt Mumblepaw one day. Posy Star really likes Dash Silk. That's awesome. I think it's a good thing for the leader and the medicine cat to get along. Dash Silk really platonically loves Mumblepaw and Dust Stripe. Very good. Thronback is not really liking anybody too much. Like, they like people, sure, but it's not like anything super big. They don't dislike anybody, so I guess that's better than nothing. Song Sun dislikes 3 different cats, apparently. And has very low platonic like for anyone. Hope they don't cause problems. Mumblepaw platonically really likes a lot of people, to be honest. I don't see anybody they dislike. Oh, they dislike Dust Stripe a little bit. Oh, I'm pretty sure Dust Stripe really likes them platonically, so that's kind of sad. Bitterpaw really platonically likes Dust Stripe. They dislike the leader still. And they dislike Thronback, apparently. I wonder if getting a mediator would be a good idea so that we can try and heal some of these relationships that have kind of iffy standings right now. While on patrol, Thronback notices suspicious paw prints in the mud by the short grass. Thronback soon realizes the paw prints smell of Dame Clan. Someone must have wandered through this section of the border recently, but it is not a threat. I was hoping it would be more cats. I want to add more people to our clan. Thronback's expecting Kit? Mumblepaw's recovered from the water in their lungs, and Thronback no longer has a stomachache. But I'm like, Thronback, hold on. You're pregnant? With who? So, another little rule that I forgot to mention earlier, but is very fitting for now, is that if a she-cat gives birth to only tom kittens, they will be exiled. So, as long as she at least has one daughter, she's fine still. But if she gives birth to only, like, toms, she has to be exiled along with them. You could say our clan believes that, like, if you only give birth to boys, you know, that's kind of StarClan's way of being like, you're not worth being in the clan, you're bad news, you're, you know, that sort of thing. And that's how the cats are gonna take that. The Stripe takes them both out to see a herd of bison that patrol spotted moving near Dame Clan's territory. Let's not proceed. When they get there, they can't find it and the lesson fails. Oh, it was a lesson. I thought they were hunting bison? I was terrified. I mean, maybe they were. Maybe they were planning to hunt bison, but I feel like that's kind of not good for 2 little cats to do. I hope they'd be smarter than that. Does Bitterpaw have heterochromia, or do they just have weird eyes? I can't tell from this angle. I'm gonna check after. Songsun wanders past an old badger set overlooking the crook of a little river, only to freeze. There's a new scent here. Acrid and sour. The cats find enough bits of grass to block the opening to the set, but it won't clump together and hold a shape. For they know they're tired, thirsty, and returning home with nothing to show for it. Aw, that's sad to see. Sunlit ice is your eye color, so I guess you're not heterochromia, but it looks like it right here. Because it looks like yellow and blue, but it's hard to tell. So, I don't know. It was one of the worst storms of the season and left Dust Silk in an unavoidably grumpy mood. Herbs strewn about, prey in hiding, it would take forever to find anything. Posy Star attempts to find a way to cheer up the healer. Posy Star splashes water from a puddle onto Dust Silk's fur. Dust Silk fluffs up like a bottle brush, turning around to quickly set a wave of water back towards Posy Star. The two engage in a small water fight, and when they resume the herb patrol, Posy Star is glad to see Dust Silk looking much happier. Man, I love Posy Star and Dash Silk's relationship. They're genuinely, like, so sweet together. Yeah, their platonic love is, like, super high. For each other, too, I think. Oh. No, Dash Silk only kind of likes Posy Star, but Dashtoke really likes Dust Stripe, though. Look at that. It's like 2 away from just being, like, full. Mumblepaw is also, like, super high on their security and love. That's crazy. At least I know the Medicine Cat's getting along with everybody. It'd be bad if they weren't. Bitterpaw, now Bitter Newt, names for their patient, can only awkwardly thank their clanmates as they weave across the crowd of purring cats. Once the meeting comes to a close, they slink out of the clamp to be alone for a while. That's fair. After such a big ceremony, it's good to just kind of be alone and reflect a little bit. Fronback thinks he'll have a small litter. Alright. Duststripe suggests this might be a good chance for cats to practice new hunting techniques, particularly with Mumblepaw present. Unfortunately, nobody steps up to teach, makes everything feel awkward and a waste of time, and the cats give up and return to camp a little irritated. Why did nobody want to try and teach Mumblepaw something new? That stinks. Leafball holds the last chance to stock up on herbs, which will die off in Leafbear, and Dash Silk heads out to gather fresh mallow for the stores full of plans to assist them. With the Leafball mallow starting to die back in the next step in its endless perennial cycle, Dash Silk collects all they can. That, as it turns out, is actually quite a lot, particularly with so many wilting plants to help them. So many willing paws to help them. That's awesome. They got a lot of plants. Hopefully that means everybody will be safe for whenever winter comes along. Alright, so this next moon, I'm pretty sure Fronback will be giving birth. Duststripe was grabbed and dropped by an eagle, but they somehow survive. Nobody knows who Fronback had a litter of their 3 kits with, but they seem happy watching their little offspring in the nursery. Dame Clan welcomes Mumbledapple as a new warrior, honoring their observance. That's awesome. So let's look at Fronback's little kit. They have at least 1 female, which means they're safe. We have Black Kit, who is very nervous. Pear Kit, who is bullying. Pear Kit, what the heck? And Bee Kit, who is noisy. All 3 of these kittens are female, so that means we get to keep all of them. That is awesome. Thank you, Star Clan, for blessing us with cats that we can actually keep in our clan. Your patrol encounters a patch of bare ground where a lot of 2 legs linger. Slyly, Mumbledapple uses the chance to get food, practicing their best kitty pet impressions until the right moment, before darting forward and making off with a sandwich in their mouth. That is adorable. I don't know if that counts as hunting, but you get something at least. Dash Silk heads out, deciding that Dame Clan needs more blackberry leaves in their stores, bringing along anyone who isn't busy with other work. Posy Star carefully edges out into a slippery, frozen walk. Oh no. Trying to get closer to a branch of blackberry leaves that are still green, they overcompensate their balance, falling into a deep snowbank that they emerged from, with deep shivering racking their body. Well, that's not good. So Posy Star currently has frostbite, and the deputy currently has a broken bone. Probably from being dropped by the eagle, if I had to guess. But, good lord, both of these guys are hurt. It's not good for our clan to have both of our kind of, leader figures hurt right now. Medicine dins have been refreshed with new moss from the herb stores. That's good. I'm glad that we have enough moss for that. Oh, Bee Kit is the cutest little thing. Look at her. Oh, and Pear Kit is adorable. So is Black Kit. Oh my goodness. They are all so cute. During your patrol looking for herbs, Dash Silk notices that Bitter Newt seems more quiet than usual. When prompted, Bitter Newt slowly asks if Dash Silk will teach them more about the nature of StarClan. Dash Silk eventually relents and begins teaching Bitter Newt more about StarClan and the nature of prophecies. Expecting boredom, Dash Silk is shocked when they see the wonder in Bitter Newt's face. The 2 spend the rest of the patrol pondering the natures of their ancestors together. That is so sweet. I'm glad that Dash Silk feels, useful with teaching about StarClan and stuff whenever people like Bitter Newt ask about stuff. Also, Ragwort was gathered during our patrols. That's good too. Your patrol tracks the scent of a large dog. Do not proceed. Song Sun is like, I don't think we can take on a dog. Can we please turn around, and Mumbled Apple is just like, yeah, I agree. I don't want to deal with a dog, you don't want to deal with a dog, let's get out of here. So they turn tail and run. Posy Star is no longer frostbitten. Posy Star saved Bitternewt from a big dog, but was badly injured. Okay, so apparently the big dog that they saw on patrol, you know, it kind of caught their scent anyways, even though they tried to leave. And this big dog kind of followed them for a little bit, and eventually pounced and tried to grab Bitternewt, but they were close enough to camp where Posy Star saw. And Posy Star immediately leapt up from camp and was just like, I'm going to take this dog down. Like, didn't even have a single second to really think about it, but was just immediately on that dog, saving Bitternewt from them. And Bitternewt is extremely thankful, but feels very bad for Posy Star being super injured after. Yeah, Posy has a broken bone currently. And you know, Bitternewt feels guilty and feels like it's their fault, but Posy is very much like, no, it's not your fault. Like, dogs, they do that, and you just have to be careful, you know? Duststripe announced they're expecting kits. I wonder who Duststripe is having kits with. Dash Silk has to attend to one of their groomer jobs as the medicine cat. The grounds where Dame Clan goes to mourn their dead and needs to be tended to. They're bringing along Song Sun as their assistant for this trip. The two cats head out in relative silence. Yeah. I could totally understand why Dash Silk wouldn't want to have to go to the ground where Dame Clan has dead cats and stuff at, but I don't think they've buried anybody there yet, so... Since there's only one cat kind of laying there right now, which is our cat who's currently in Star Clan. I'm sure that this is Dash Silk's way of kind of preparing the burial grounds in case that somebody does die here soon. Even though there's nothing different about this place other than the serenity it was chosen for, Dash Silk always feels that the grief and love their clanmates express here has seeped into every corner. They tidy the grounds, collecting rosemary as they work, and it feels appropriate for the plant to grow here, as its herbs are used to hide the scent of death. Man. This is a really fitting place for rosemary to be growing then, huh? If that's the case. I'm glad that Dash Silk could get Song Sun to come with them, because it sounds like a rough job to have to do alone. The patrol catches the scent of a red fox. Tracking it, they find the animal feeding on a pronghorn carcass. Either a small doe or one of New Leaf spawns. It's impossible to say whether the fox killed it or found it. Let's not proceed just because Bitternewt is still very shooken up from when they got attacked by a big dog, and it's like, I don't want to deal with any sort of canine. I want to turn around Mumbled Apple. And Mumbled Apple completely understands why Bitternewt seems to have this, like, I guess you could call it PTSD. But I would say Bitternewt definitely has some PTSD from canines after that. So they don't proceed. The patrol decides to not quarrel with the fox and finds prey elsewhere. So let's see, next moon. Duststripes thinks they'll have a small litter. Braunbeck has healed from the strain of delivering their litter. Dash Silk is caught breaking the warrior code. Uh-oh. Dash Silk, what'd you do? Wonder if Dash Silk, like, since she's the medicine cat, wonder if she was seen, like, having romance with somebody, and they were like, you're not allowed to do that. Mumbled Apple was seen arguing and borderline fighting with a cat from Hope Clan. Eesh. Uh-oh, I think we're seeing another one of those, maned wolves. Must be a maned wolf. And just being able to name the odd thing makes this so much less threatening. The cats remind each other of the tales that sometimes shared in the nursery about the tallest predator in the plains being one of the shyest. That's cute. It seems like they're very much not afraid of maned wolves and kind of sees them as like an equal. As the branches of the oak trees start to green, Dash Silk heads out to collect its leaves with the clan coming along. Many paws will make light work after all. Towering into the sky, Dash Silk always finds the brush of new leaves budding from oak branches one of the most helpful signs of new leaf. The warriors help them seem to find it just fun as a training experience. To see how spindly a branch they are able to balance on, as they send down a rain of leaves to Dash Silk. Yeah, I'm glad that the cats can have fun on patrols and still get work done. It's good for all of them. Rumors reach your clan that the exiled Mistydon has died recently. Well, I hope that nobody's taking that too hard, at least. That's sad to hear, though. Song's son received a present, J feathers, from Blackhead. Decided to keep it on them with their pelt. Oh, that looks beautiful. It matches their eyes perfectly. She looks great with J feathers. Oh my goodness. Song's son got a running nose. Okay, well, I wonder if the J feathers had some sort of sickness on them, because, you know, birds can carry diseases too and all that junk, you know. But I'm sure they still very much appreciate the feathers. This tribe had a litter of 3 kits, but refuses to talk about their origin. And Dash Silk... So I think I was right about what I guessed that they were breaking the warrior code with. Dash Silk has broken the warrior code, and is now having kit. Well, you know, I don't think our clan is super strict on the warrior code, at least given, like, the rules and stuff we have. But it's funny to know that I completely guessed correctly what was broken. So let's go look at our new kits that we just got. So we got Plume Kit, who is sweet. We have Fumble Kit, who is a male, so we need to keep an eye on them. If they don't transition into a girl in 6 moons, we have to exile them. I'm going to mark them just so I remember to keep an eye on them. And Bumbling Kit, who is a female and lonesome. So, 2 out of 3, that's pretty good. I hope we get lucky and the male finds out that they're actually a girl and, you know, StarClan just made a mistake. But I'm not too confident. Songsun suggests this might be a good chance to practice teamwork with Bitternewt. Both cats have a nice practice session, and their trust and coordination with each other grows stronger. With New Leaf comes the opportunity to scout out Dane Clan's territory and find out what the Mullen might be growing this year, with a patrol of their clanmates to assist them. Easing the lungs of those with weaker chest muscles or infections, helping with certain sorts of pain, and being used to treat unhappy guts, Mullen is a good herb to keep in stock. Even without the glamour of cat mint or rarity of lungwort, the warriors helping Dash Silk don't understand the importance, but obligingly help to harvest them. Dust Stripe's broken bone healed, that's awesome. Dash Silk thinks they'll have a large litter, and they move into the nursery. Some of the mallow went bad, they have to be replaced. So let's go ahead and try and finish up this video here soon. Don't proceed to the dog. And practice some hunting. But I really want to see Dash Silk's kits before we have to end off this episode. Dash Silk has a litter of 2 kits with an unknown partner. Frogback sees how nervous Blackpaw is and whispers a quiet encouragement to them as they touch noses, promising to be a good mentor. Also, Frogback is going to be mentoring Blackpaw. Hairpaw is going to be mentoring under Dash Silk. Oh! That's so sweet. So Dash Silk now has an apprentice. Parapaw decides to pick something to adorn their pelt as celebration. I really want to see this real quick. What do you got on you? You've got herb-covered pelt. That's cute. I like that. They decide to be a medicine cat apprentice and then immediately adorn their paw with herbs. That's adorable. Takes a bit of coaxing by Frogback for Bee-Kit to step forward for the ceremony. Frogback watches in pride as their name Bee-Paw and touches nose with Bitternewt. Aw, Bitternewt's going to be mentoring somebody now. That's awesome. Let's see, Dash Silk. Uh-oh. You have 2 kits, one of them is male. Let's really hope the other one's not male, because I don't want to have to exile you. Especially after you just got an apprentice. But a male bullying, and... No! It's another male! Dash Silk, no. So, what the protocol for here is that if they have only male kittens, they must be exiled. But the kittens stay until they're 6 moons old, and if they are still male by 6 moons, we have to exile them. Oh my gosh, I totally misread the rules. Okay, so we don't have to get rid of Dash Silk. I'm so glad I double-checked. The rule is that if a queen joins with only male kits, then she must be exiled. So I am very happy to say we don't have to get rid of Dash still. Unless I misread the rules my second time, and I read it right the first time. I don't know. But I'd say this is a pretty good place to leave off. You know, we need to keep an eye on these male cats. Hopefully one of them figures out that they're actually a girl and we can keep somebody. But just to double check and make sure that we don't have any male cats besides those kittens, I'm going to quickly scroll through all of our cats and check. We have Posy Star, female. Dust Stripe, female. Dash Silk, female. Pearpaw, female. Frogback, female. Song Sun, female. Mumble Dapple, female. Bitternut, female. Blackpaw, female. Beepaw, female. Plume Kit, female. Bumble Kit, male. Bumbling Kit, female. Thrift Kit, male. And Swish Kit, male. So yeah, that is where we're going to save. And you know, I really enjoy this little challenge that we have so far. It's fun attempting to make a female-only clan. But, I am curious. Do you guys enjoy a slower-paced video like this, where we only, like, get about, 10-15 moons into our game each time? Or do you prefer when I go through, 100 moons in one video? I don't know if I'm gonna do art for this video or not yet, because adding art to videos takes a very long time, because I have to sit there and draw everything out and all that, and, So it would be nice to have one series that's at least a little bit easier to make. However, if, you guys seem to prefer the format of going through the moon slower instead of doing it faster, it could make doing art a little bit easier, because I'd have less things to make art of. But just let me know what kind of, speed you prefer me to go at, Do you prefer the 10 to 15 moons, or do you prefer me doing, 50 or 100 moons a video, Either way, the video will probably be about the same length anyways. Pretty similar amount of art, probably. I'll just, draw more, minute things, like relationships and junk. But yeah, thank you a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.